SSC Napoli is a club located in the city of Naples that plays in the top division of Italian football, the Serie A. The club has had a lot of success throughout the years and recently won the Scudetto, but compared to the likes of Juventus, AC Milan and Internazionale, that is essentially nothing. But what is the reason behind Napoli having so few titles? Well, to explain, we'll have to go back to the beginning, to the year of 1904. Following the arrival of English sailors near the coast of Naples, in particular William Potts, had come from England where the game of football had really taken pace. He teamed up with a local man, Ernesto Bruccini, to form a new sports club in the city, Napoli, 1 year later in 1905. During the early years of the football club, the team wore dark and pale blue stripes. Amedeo Salsi, who also worked as an engineer, was the club's first ever president. In Napoli's first ever match, they played against the English side Arabic, an English ship crew team. They defeated the English side 3-2. In 1912, the foreign side of Napoli broke apart and a new club was formed, US Internazionale Napoli. The two teams became the greatest rivals in Naples and faced each other in the 1912-1913 season. The competition between the two clubs continued but was abandoned due to World War I as the league was halted. In 1922, the two clubs merged due to financial restrictions, and as a result, the club was called FBC Inter-Naples. In 1926, the board decided to give a new name to the team. They decided on the name Associazione Calcio Napoli. In the following season, in 1926-1927, it was a disaster for Napoli, finishing bottom of the championship with just 1 point in 18 matches. This led to the club earning the nickname I Zuccarelli, or the Little Donkeys. They did, however, still not accomplish anything. In 1964, the club changed its name again to Società Sportiva Calcio Napoli, SSC Napoli for short. In the same year, they were promoted back up to the Serie A. In the season right after getting promoted, Napoli finished third in the Serie A. In the same year, they won the Coppa delle Alpi Cup, beating the big boys Juventus in the process. In the 1967-1968 season, they came very close to lifting their first ever Scudetto, finishing second place behind AC Milan. During this period, the club had several amazing players like Dino Zoff, José Altafin and Antonio Giuliano. They continued their good run, but unfortunately, just couldn't win. They finished third in 1971 and 1974. It looked as though they would never get their hands on the title. May 10th, 1987. Napoli was on the verge of making history. The Serie A title was beckoning. Their final match, facing Fiorentina. They drew the match 1-1, and that was enough to win the Scudetto. The city of Naples erupted. There were fireworks all over the city as cars and buildings were all draped in the team's colors, sky blue. In the middle of all the celebrations, there was one man who stood out in the team, Diego Armando Maradona. He was one of the greatest players any Napoli fan had ever seen. He brought the long-awaited success to the club. He would guide Napoli to another title in 1990, along with European success stories. But Maradona was obviously not alone. With the help of Caresca and Giordano, they formed one of the deadliest attacking trios at the time, called Magica. In 1992, Maradona left the club due to a cocaine scandal. In the following years, Napoli would just lose more and more important players as time went on. At the end of the 1997-1998 season, the team would face relegation. And they were back at the very beginning. In August 2004, Napoli was in insane debt and its whole existence was in danger. The film producer, Ariello De Laurentiis, took over the club and reestablished it under a new name, Napoli Soccer. The club got relegated to the Serie C, but quickly made their way up back to the top flight and had their old name restored as well. In the 2022-2023 season, Napoli went on a great run, where they won their third Scudetto. Likewise, in 1987, there was one man who stood out in the team, Kvicha Kvarciela. He even had such an iconic season, the fans started to give him the nickname Kvaradona, highlighting and praising the late Maradona. So yes, it's true that Napoli may not have won as many trophies as you may think, but that does not mean they don't have a rich history. And I hope this video has changed your perspective on SSC Napoli.